job.
I put the bongo back.
Yeah, with them bongos back. You find the weird and the whimsical. Why do you think it's important that we keep drawing attention to those stories and celebrate them?
I feel like it's slowly going away. A lot of people, they've asked us, well, is the home weird when you move in it? No, it's something you make weird. With the cost of living going up and things like that, people don't stay in homes as long as they used to. These people have stayed in their homes since the 70s. When we went on home tours, I was like, well, I want to meet the owner. I want to ask why they put that there and here. And when we make our home tour, we want the owners to be there. We want people to be able to talk to them and question them and for them to give their ideas so you can get inspiration from that.
Shelly and I have always been kind of involved in the nonprofit community in Austin and kind of said, if we're going to build this new business, let's make it a social impact business. So how are we taking a percentage of what we do and doing something good with it, the TOMS model. And so for us, immediately, it was affordable housing. And every city we're in has an affordable housing problem. You can imagine Los Angeles, Detroit, Portland, all of these have affordable housing problems. We think of it investing, right? We're like investing and then you see a rate of return. And so this year it's LifeWorks. They do some amazing work around affordable housing and especially around youth and homeless youth and how they get back off the streets and not into a shelter, but into actually permanent housing.
So, you get to enjoy these homes, but there's like a broader message to all of it. The tour is once a year, as of right now. I don't know. You guys seem you like masochists. You like to take on more things. I see.
Oh, it's our side hustle. So we got yeah.
But the tour lives on year round in a book. What's it like when you see your names on the cover of a book?
Pretty cool.
We feature some of just the best Austin homes. And it's also, if you're new to Austin and you're like, what is Bolden Creek? You can go look at houses there, right? It's kind of a tour guide almost.
Yeah, like Riggins' Cabinet of Curiosity.
That's when you talk about is in the book and it's no longer.
Yeah,
so that's why
gone.
we wanted to come out with the book because there's 2 or more homes in there out of 19 we put in there that aren't around anymore.
That's right.
And so we wanted to preserve that. So that's what's really cool.
And keep that legacy alive, which you also do through your podcast, which I've really enjoyed listening to. Most recently, you were chatting with the owner of Uncommon Objects.
Steve is just an incredible entrepreneur who started Uncommon Objects, grew it.
Yeah.
He's also this historian of South Congress and just how South Congress has changed. Plus, he's just like Alice through the looking glass to walk into Uncommon Objects. We love him. And I think what we want people to listen to the podcast is become inspired, do something creative, go home and be like, if Steve can have an entire room of this type of china, I can have that purple chair I want in the corner.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
It doesn't have to be, everything eggshell.
Yes, and I love that, trying to spark creativity and inspiration in people's lives. So you keep growing, everything's proliferating. What's the dream city?
We've thought about New York.
Ooh.
It's just getting into buildings there. Figuring out the logistics of that is what we're dealing with. So, but I'm obsessed with New York, my spirit,
Me
but
too.
I love Austin too. So that's why we've thought about New York.
So in terms of keeping Austin weird, can it be done?
It's scary, right? I think that weirdness of Austin should stay. I don't know how you keep that. We'll always be here and for the next 15 years, so at least people can go and see it. But to Shelly's point, these homes get sold and disappear and people retire. I would love to see us have something from the mayor's office or something that's maybe working towards that, right? Preservation, kind of understanding that historically.
And keeping that personality, that character of Austin alive, right?
Yeah.
And we'll do our part today here in the giant dragon lemon meringue house.
Yeah.
Let our internal weirdness flame spark. Cheers to y'all.
Cheers.
Shelly, I see you sitting next to a set of bongos.
Oh, you gonna make me play them?
Yeah. She came to get her weird on today. I'll
did.
join you.
All right.
Thanks,
Which
guys.
side do you want?